All right, let's take care of business. So we're gonna do a quick review on this wonderful, I don't know if it's Apie. Before that though, this is an NTG2 Rode mic. Fantastic. I would do a review on it, except there's a billion of them. This is a great shotgun mic for cameras, XLR inputs. It could use phantom power or not. However, I'm very pissed because my cat got to it. This was brand new, and now look at it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's like a rodent got into this damn thing. It is very inexpensive. It's $39 on Amazon. I did test it out for about a month or so now. So before we get started, let's shoot this thing as if it was worth $1,000 and see what it looks like on close-ups. So it comes in this box. It's a pretty plain box. The model of this Bluetooth speaker, it's DY25, just FYI. Comes with manual stereo sound. It's got FM radio. It also has a feature of being able to pick up your phone, so you can actually talk on your phone calls through this thing, which is awesome. Let's get rid of this box. So it does come with a manual, and it does come with this USB charger thing. Although I didn't get the actual adapter that goes into the wall, so you would have to use, at least on my end, I have to use my iPhone charger adapter. You do get an auxiliary cable as well. I mean, if you don't have those at home, you gotta buy more electronics. Let's start with the quality of the product. Let's look in the back. This does have a auxiliary input port, SD card slot, USB slot. It has an on and off switch in the back. Many people said that you can actually charge your devices like an iPhone through this USB port in the back. You cannot. I tried it. I tried to charge a Fitbit. You cannot charge anything. So a full charge on this thing will literally last you about a week if you listen to it a couple of minutes a day in the morning while you get ready to go to work. On the full charge, you can go like 18 hours non-stop playing on radio mode with a pretty low volume. And if you're on a Bluetooth wireless device like playing Spotify on this thing, it will last about 7 hours if you're playing it pretty loud on a full charge. The buttons on the top do not light up. People saying that these do light up the same color as your blue LEDs underneath.
Bluetooth mode. Please wait.
So it's looking for a Bluetooth connection. Right now it's not going to connect to anything because I literally disconnected it from every device we have at home. What I realized is that once a device is connected to this thing, you cannot connect another. It will not overtake the previous device. You have to disconnect the other device in order to connect your next device. However, I did test out a laptop. I did test out an iOS device. All right, so I'm gonna connect it to the laptop right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and pair them. So as soon as I hit pair,
Bluetooth connected.
4 seconds. And then you have to remove it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and try to connect my iOS device. And by the way, I've seen people say the 5S will not connect, but it does connect. So if I try to connect it now, and I will video this with my other phone, trying to connect, and it's not gonna connect. So the reason it's showing this because the laptop is connected to it. So once I disconnect from the laptop,
Bluetooth disconnected.
so now I can connect. 1, 2, 3.
Bluetooth connected.
This is incredibly loud for the size of it. So to put the volume down, you just hold the volume down. To put the volume up, you hold the volume up. To change tracks, obviously you have these 2 buttons up here. Change the mode, you can go back to radio anytime from your mode button. It's better if you have this, although not all the way up, maybe to like level 20, 25. 28 is the max, and then you start controlling the volume with your phone. That's, I think, a little bit better. Let's put the volume up real quick. I don't want to put this on for too long for copywriting reasons. Now, I have a lavalier microphone here, so I'm gonna face it towards me, and I'm gonna put it all the way up to the max, and it gets pretty loud. That is very loud. My cat just jumped. So I'm going to show you a quick clip of what I did earlier. I actually connected it to this laptop, and I just watched a quick preview. You can actually sit it right next to you. The sound is incredible.
The sound starts in the middle of you.
He's taking over the whole house! Look at him!
It does have a subwoofer in the back, but it is pretty legit for the size of this little thing. All right, so like I mentioned, since it's connected to your Bluetooth device, it can actually pick up and take a phone call for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and call myself with another phone. All right, calling. My phone's ringing. So you're gonna go ahead and hit the play button to pick up the phone. Hello?
Hello?
You know why it's doing that. You get it. So anyway, this thing is bomb. It's pretty cool for the size it is. But let's go ahead and look into it a little bit further. Okay, so I did find out that if you put a micro SD card in this little thing, you cannot loop a song. You cannot look for a specific song on it. You kind of just play back whatever you got. It's a lot better if you just have a phone to connect to wirelessly, or a laptop with an entire playlist that you want to select. If you have a mix that's 400 hours on the micro SD card, sure, you can go ahead and do that and put it in there. It'll be fantastical. You could fast forward and put the volume up and down, but it's really annoying to be able to select tracks in between or look for a specific song. Another question I saw was, can you charge this thing, plug it in the wall and use it at the same time? Well, yes, like every other device that ever existed, if it's connected to the power, kind of like a camera, kind of like a DVD player, a Blu-ray player, a TV, and even a phone. So another question was, can you actually fit this in a carry-on bag? An average carry-on bag? Yes, you can, and I'm gonna show you. You can put 1, 2, 3 of these babies inside. This is what it looks like next to a Windex bottle, Comcast remote, average cup, tuna can, PlayStation 4 controller, next to a hammer, next to a cat, a very stretched out cat. The real meaning behind this LED lights underneath that looks super awesome, I don't know. So if you're in the dark, it looks like this. Badass. Another thing that this radio does not have is a sleep mode or an alarm. It will not do it. Another thing, this little thing in the front, it will not show you the time. There is no time on this little thing here. Not that you need it. Is this compatible with iOS and Android? Yes, it is, with most of them, including the 5S iPhone. You can definitely use this thing at a barbecue with friends. It's very directional, so if you're behind it, it's gonna be a little bit tough to really hear it. You could hear it, but it kind of sounds, 3D-ish, which is still cool, but you're not kind of part of the party. Not that you would be part of a party if with this thing. I don't see why you would party with this thing. FM radio on this thing is awesome. And if you notice, there is no giant antenna or wire kind of hanging out that you have to hold on to like this. So to seek stations, you just hit play.
Or buy one, get one free.
So again, the radio works phenomenal. And behind it, you can actually feel the little subwoofer in the back. It's not gonna vibrate like your giant subwoofers would, but this is pretty legit for the size of it. Okay, so LED lights do not go off on this thing. Probably drains out your battery, but you can't turn them off. I don't see a way unless you kind of poke them and break them. So to charge this, you can actually plug it into the wall. You can plug it into your laptop. You can actually charge it to like a little brick battery and extend the battery life on this thing. In the front, you got your average speaker thing with little holes in it. I ordered the one that has a red outline. There's also one in black. The buttons do not light up. So in the dark, it's kind of, on the bottom, you do have these two little rubbery things, and it does grab a pretty good grip. It is 9.5 inches long this way, 3 inches, 1.5 inches, not this, but this. For the size of it, for what it does, it's very, very light. For auxiliary, I would definitely, if you're playing back anything, like I use external recorders such as this thing right now that I'm using to record this video, you can actually plug the out headset, plug it into this and listen to it and see what it sounds like, a lot clearer than you would hear through that tiny little speaker. All right, so my overall thought about this, 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm gonna give it a 9 is because of that whole LED function that you can't turn it off. Your SD card, I don't see how else they would have implement any other set of controls. I mean, you can put 1,000 songs on it, and to get to song 820 is gonna be quite a pain. Other than that, it is brilliant, especially for the price of it. I mean, you can't beat it. It's $39 on Amazon. Now, obviously, you put your $400 Bose system in here, it is going to be different. But honestly, if you crank this all the way up, it does not distort. It does not sound crappy at all. All right, well, thanks for watching. Just subscribe, like this page, comment. If you have one of these, comment. Let me know what you think.